Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is a beautiful, rainy, awesome, gloomy Sunday out today, and I wanted to do something a little fun and just like a little elaboration on what I have been doing. You guys seem to love my reverse stamping decals, so I wanted to come back with a freshly filled hand and show you what I was talking about. I have started out by doing some reverse stamping with this awesome silver stamp, silver stamping polish. I started out by laying down this awesome rose. I did a little bit of reverse stamping. I also placed some of this amazing dual chrome powder, just a couple, just to accent. I got this from Beauty Big Bang, and I love this stuff. So I'm just gonna get right into this without yammering and talking here. I know it takes me a little while to get this done. I am starting out with a clear polish here. This one is by Revlon, and I'm just laying it on your mat. Again, if you do not have a nail art mat, you can use oh gosh, a gallon bag because it's big. You can use different stuff like a yogurt lid. Oh, I used way too much, so I'm just going to spread this over here. We're not doing drag marble. And just kind of spread out an even layer of clear polish to get things kind of going here. We're just going to let that dry for a little bit. This is a clear polish, so it tends to be a little bit oh boy, kind of tacky after a while, and we're going to end up sponging with this, so we want to get our stamping on pretty quickly. So I have a fresh sponge that I'm going to set over here, but because we have a few more steps to go through before we get to the end look of this design, I am going to I need to let this get a little tacky, so my goal for this was to put down my clear polish before, but of course, as you can see, that never follows through. So I'm going to take this awesome rose plate, and this is by Born Pretty. I really love their plates. I'm going to use one of my favorite clear jelly stampers. This is not a sticky jelly stamper. It's just a nice, firm jelly stamper. I'm going to come in with my favorite silver stamping polish. And the cool thing about this silver stamping polish is it was about 30 cents a bottle, and it looks really chrome, and it's really beautiful, even for being on the thinner side. It has a super amount of pigment. Scrape. Now, let's see if I have a total fail. See how beautiful that is while still being light? If I try to stamp on this before it's a little tacky, it'll smoosh everywhere, and you guys will get to just see this fail video. Oh, I got it. All right, if you go in quickly, I find with these stamping polishes, you don't have to clean in between if you are quick enough. So let's see if we're quick enough. I am counting on a fail today, ladies and gentlemen. It's been, ooh, actually, booyah, that picked up really nicely. And just roll that over. That one's a little crooked, but it's okay. We'll use that for the pinky. All right, let's set our stamping stuff aside, and we're going to move on to our reverse stamping portion of this. Let's just scoot this up here so you guys can actually see what's going on. You know, I never thought about silver background, hollow silver. Sorry, you probably can't see this. Anyways, I'm going to start out by putting a couple little drops of two different kinds of pink. Pardon me, I'm a little sick. On my little nail art mat here. I'm going to take my little brush. This is like an angled brush, but you can use anything. It don't matter. And I'm just going to fill in a couple portions of this rose here. Just a little peeks through that we see. Just so you can get like a little bit of extra color and a little bit of pop of something different right in the middle of your manicure. Let's clean that off and then go in with our other color. And fill in the other spots on the base of this beautiful rose. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the awesome thing about any kind of reverse stamping, which is essentially what we are doing right now, is you don't have to be super crazy, because in the end it's all going to come out super pretty. So that's the end portion for that. Let me just set my polishes aside here, and I'm going to come in back, excuse me, with my clear polish, and I'm going to put a couple little drops here. Remember, this dries really quickly, so I'm going to get out my dual chrome. This is a purple to green or a green to purple, whichever way you want to look at it. This stuff is I got from Beauty Big Bang, and this stuff is amazing. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the clear nail polish, and I'm just going to fill in like 2 or 3 of the leaves on this reverse stamping pattern. Then I'm going to kind of clean that off a little bit and just gently go in and scoop up just a touch of this powder. This is actually flakies, it's not powder, as you can see. I'm just going to get a little bit more of this and just touch it down in those areas where we placed the wet polish. Just dab it down, kind of stick it down. I wouldn't push it down in because I do love the idea of texture that is created by the flakes, which is why I ended up using them, because you will still see that break and texture when you are done and it's all reversed, and we're going to see, because I obviously did those for you guys so you could see, and it really creates like dimension and depth. And as you can see, this is not not super crazy and not super hard to do. Let's get this on here. All right, let's go into my flakies and just touch it. Touchy, touchy. Just dab this around where we put it. You just have to remember where you put the sticky polish. All right, so now that that's kind of like set and kind of getting stuck on there, we are going to move on to the next step. You want to kind of blow that off a little bit, make sure it's kind of all those extra flakies are away. Now the only problem is with showing you a lot of this on camera is, let me just show you what's going on here, is my reverse stamping is not yet dry. As you can see, it's still very shiny. Everything else has gotten very matte. And what I used for the gradient, because I'm not going to show you the gradient sponge, because that's what you do. You wait, you put a little bit of our clear polish on it after everything is dried, and you take your little sponge that I showed you earlier, and you just kind of sponge back over the design. I got these from my friend. I was going to review them, and I guess this is my review video. She got these in her Ipsy bag, and these are awesome. Super pigmented. This is like 3 or 4 times of going over. They didn't stay wet very long, but they're still very supple. I super enjoy this brand. I also got, this is one of the gradients I did with just one smoosh after I got those, so that's pretty awesome. All right, so now that you know, the next step would be to add your clear polish and then sponge over the top. I am going to show you how to remove and apply these awesome decals. I'm going to do 2 of my nails for you. Actually, let's just go with 1 for now. I always get a big head about these things, and I want to do something fancy and special on camera for you, and then I fail because I run way over time, and nobody wants to watch a 19-minute video on how I apply nail art decals. All right, so well, that's nice and tacky. I'm going to take my trusty little knife here. I've just totally played with this thing, and it's very dull, okay, people? So I'm not trying to wreck anything. And I'm just going to slightly start pushing and kind of prodding up at the edges of my decal. And I'm just going to go super slow and let this decal come up on its own. And let's see the moment of truth. Oh my gosh, you guys, that looks so gorgeous. All right, so let's apply this on the nail. This is still tacky. I think I'm going to put the dark at the top. Let's just place this on your nail. Like to center that and just start pressing the polish around, wrapping that around your finger like a decal. Because this has a design on it, you will want to take your time and kind of gently press out any of the wrinkles you might find. Guys, this almost looks like stained glass. This is sick. I love it. All right, let's press this around the tip of the nail. Oh, I got that little rose in there. I love it. And start pressing it down into the cuticle, because as things dry off underneath there, you'll notice it gets, it kind of adheres more to the nail. Let's press and press and press, and we're going to go in with a nice ample layer of this, making sure you stay to where your cuticles are. And cover this with a top coat. Oh my gosh, the bling in this. I'm sorry about my cracky voice, guys, but what? This looks so friggin' killer. All right, let me just show you. We're just going to take, you can use your little orange stick or a little cuticle press and pull off the excess from around the cuticles. This knife is so dull, which is why I use it, but if you have a knife that's not so dull, this would be a super dangerous idea, so don't do it. Gently press and pull away from the cuticle. Oh my gosh, the more cleaned up this looks, the more beautiful it starts to shine. Oh my gosh. Now, if you have the underside like this, whoops, you guys can see that, polish. I'm just going to press around the edges a little. Kind of wrap that in. I'm going to take my cleanup brush, if I can find it. And I'm not going to really use a lot of acetone. I'm just going to dip my brush in it just a little, because I don't want to destroy things. I just want to melt the edges down a little bit to kind of give it that even, clean look around the cuticle. Oh my sweet Jesus, you guys, this is so beautiful. I wish I could show you in a light that doesn't blind you, but that just pops out. This color is so amazing, and as you can see, with just a little bit of tweaking on this design, it shows up like a boss. I'm going to get great pictures of this and maybe show it in my little giveaway video that I'm putting at the end of today. So check that out. I've still got a lot more entries and a lot more stuff to give away for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm also doing my Beauty Big Bang official giveaway to my 2 favorite peeps. Thank you so much, guys. I super appreciated it. Let me know if you like the end result of this. And sorry for my messiness. You know, things always get crazy here. I love you guys. Thanks for the support. We will see you next week.